Good morning, welcome to Atlanta RV. My name is Mark Spears and I thought I'd share with you some of the projects we're working on. Here at Atlanta RV in Winder, Georgia, we do full repair, bumper to bumper, roof to floor of RVs including diesel pushers, Class C motorhomes, vintage RVs. One of our favorites is Airstream trailers. We got a couple projects going on there. And then we also have some Class B type vans and RVs that we do some work on. Right now, I thought I'd share with you some of the projects we're doing. Project we got going on this week is a 2008 Freightliner Mercedes powered Sprinter chassis RV. It's a Roadtrek RS. And on this one, the owner has a preference for electric powered appliances and heat and so forth. So as a standard delivery, like most RVs, most of those appliances are powered by propane, by LP gas. That LP, of course, it runs out and has to be refilled. For somebody who's full-timing in their RV, living the van life, if you will, that could be quite a hassle to refill this propane tank, which is built in. It's called an ASME built-in tank. It's not like the DOT tanks on a trailer often that you can remove, even swap out at Publix, etc. But on these permanent tanks, it makes full-time living in your RV a little bit of a hassle. Plus, if you have the opportunity to live in the RV, but you also have a place to plug in, driveway surfing, as a lot of people refer to it. In this case, this customer does. He has a place where he parks most of the time, where he can plug in, and he's got full 120 volt power with a 30 amp connection. The RV was designed to have a 30 amp shore power, or through a transfer switch could use a built-in propane-powered Onan 2500 LP generator. Now this generator, it's rather small, and he didn't really use it much anyway. So he asked us to go through this thing and basically do a green project, if you will, by removing the fossil fuel powered appliances and tank and install electric powered everything. So starting from the roof, we're putting in 300 watts of solar power panel using Renogy solar panels. Each panel's 100 watts, and they tie together in parallel, and that goes through a charge controller that'll charge the batteries. The standard van comes with 2 house batteries, and we're upgrading that to 6 house batteries. 2 of them are located under the hood. We will retain that same position. The van shipped originally with 2 6-volt flooded cell batteries. We're going to be replacing all of those with AGM, that's absorbed glass matte batteries. And then we're going to add additional 4 batteries, making a total of 6, using the space freed up by removing the generator, which in the case of this RV is actually located just in the back underneath near the axle. Very difficult to access for changing the oil and the air filter, and that sort of thing. So he didn't really use it much anyway, even though, there's remote control to start and stop inside, but he didn't use it much anyway. And it's propane powered. So in the spirit of eliminating all the propane appliances, we've taken out the generator, the water heater, the ASME propane storage tank itself, gas powered stovetop, and a furnace, propane powered furnace. All of those are being replaced with various items. The gas stovetop's being replaced with electric stovetop with 2 burners, smooth glass top stovetop, very nice. The furnace is being replaced with a 1500 watt electric heater by called a Cadet Compact, and it's got a built-in thermostat. The water heater, actually, because of the way that mounts in the RV, we're replacing it with a very similar unit that's in there now. It's a Suburban LP. It's called a 6-gallon propane furnace, and we are replacing that with a Suburban gas or electric furnace, water heater. And but he just won't use the gas portion of it. But the controls and the element are all in there for electric heat for the water, and he'll just be able to use that. And so yes, that covers the stove, the water heater, the furnace, and then the solar panels on the roof going to the charge controller are going to charge those batteries. Then we're going to have a larger inverter charger. The Roadtrek comes with a Tripp-Lite brand 750 watt inverter charger. The inverter part, that's what takes DC 12 volt power and gives you 120 volt AC, but only 750 watts worth. And then the charger portion is what takes shore power and actually charges your batteries. So we're replacing that with a larger one, a 2000 watt with a 4000 watt peak. That's going to be a Renogy unit. It's got a built-in transfer switch. So the existing transfer switch will be removed. And shore power will tie to the inverter charger. 120 volts will come out of that and go to the circuit breaker panel. And then the charging system, the DC outputs will charge the batteries. And then concurrently, they'll be charged by the solar panels. So he'll have limited ability to run 2,000 watts off the batteries, for a long period of time. But he would be able to, keep the refrigerator running, which is a three-way. We're leaving it in place because it's a three-way that already has, 12 volts, 120 volts, and gas. So we're just going to not use the gas setting, and it'll work fine on 12 volts or 120. And then he'll be able to do short bursts of time to power the microwave or the stovetop, and then presumably the water heater, will run only when he's on shore power. He's got a switch. He'll have to manage that a little bit. There's not a lot of automatic load shedding or anything like that. He'll have to manage what he runs when and monitor his battery voltages. But we're excited about it, and it's a neat project. I'd like to share with you how we're doing that. It's a very compact van. How we route things, how we install things is interesting. The stovetop is actually mounted in a granite countertop, which is kind of unusual, but these Roadtreks are very nice units and they've got premium materials. So we'll have to use special cutting wheel to cut the granite because the stovetops do not match. We'll have to make an adapter plate. The water heater's a 1-for-1 installation, exact fit and finish. And then the furnace replacement heater, it'll require some cabinetry work to clean up that installation. And then the stovetop a little bit. Now, from the electrical standpoint, from the solar panels coming down, we found to find a good way to route those panels and route those wires. Renogy uses a real nice connection system called MC4 connectors. They're sealed to the environment, and they allow you to tie together the solar panels in either parallel or series. And we're using parallel at 12-volt system, and so we're going to be using the new batteries are going to be Trojan AGM absorbed glass mat batteries. And then the rest of the electrical system, from the batteries out on the DC side will remain the same, and on the electrical side, from the inverter out will remain the same. So he'll have the ability to run anything off of inverter power, but just not too many things. So for instance, he could actually run the air conditioner off this inverter, but only for a short period of time. So anyways, welcome along for the ride. Look forward to sharing this experience with you and showing you what we learned. Have a great day.